size of GDP, Ghana is now the 10th largest in Africa. Let's remember what I call them the B10 countries, the biggest 10 economies in Africa. It's number 10 exactly.
Nigerians needs to do better, not be me talk am. Now the former governor of CBN we talk am. According to him, Ghana is the most stable country in Africa. This is the Authentic Plus TV. My name is Sarah Tete. Kindly do subscribe and don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. Okay, so Emefiele, please, if I didn't mention the name correctly, kindly pardon me. I'm not a Nigerian. I'm just trying to pronounce it correctly. So pardon me if it didn't go well. So Emefiele, who is the former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria and also an economist, has come out to say that Ghana is the most stable country in Africa, and the country called Ghana is doing relatively well than the Nigerians. Let's listen to him.
Is doing relatively well comparatively. On the size of GDP, Ghana is now the 10th largest in Africa. Let's remember what I call them the B10 countries, the biggest 10 economies in Africa. It's number 10 exactly, as at last year, with GDP growth averaging over 6% recently. Nigeria is stuck at 2%, just for context. Unemployment less than 3%. Nigeria is at 23%. Why youth unemployment is about 13%? That's right. All the stuff I could pull. Nigeria is 36%. And poverty index 8 to 10%, depending on the measure of poverty, whether you use $1.5 or 1.9. Nigeria, some people characterize us now as the poverty capital of the world. Inflation around 9%. And this is very important. Ghana is not perhaps, if you go by the publication by the Funds of Peace on the Fragile States Index, Ghana is the most stable country in West Africa. Ghana is ranked number 110 out of 178 countries in the world, and Nigeria ranks number 14. You can put the context. It's ranked from the worst to the best. Nigeria is on the red alert list.
So whilst he was talking, he was comparing the GDP, which is the gross domestic product. And he said, according to him, Ghana is doing far better than the Nigerians. But let's look at this chart, this table. This table is Africa's largest economies. And this is 2024. The source is IMF, International Monetary Fund. Okay, so according to this source from IMF, South Africa, when it comes to African countries, South Africa is number 1 and Nigeria is number 4. But see, Ghana is 11th when it comes to Africa. And Emefiele is saying that Ghana is functioning well than the Nigerians. And this chart too is saying otherwise. Okay, let's look at the world rank. When it comes to the world rank, Nigeria is 53rd, whilst Ghana is 83rd. And South Africa still carries it. South Africa is 40th. Okay, so in all, South Africa is leading, followed by Nigerians, followed by Egypt, Algeria, then Nigeria. Before Ghana, even other countries come before Ghana. But Emefiele is saying that Ghana is doing far better than the Nigerians. What do you think about this? And secondly, too, most Nigerians are also saying that the country economy is not helping them at all. And they don't think Nigeria is still the giant of Africa. It was before, but then they don't think it's still in existence. Let's listen to this Nigerian man as he speaks.
Now, Nigeria is called Giant of Africa, and that is because we used to have largest economy in Africa. Remember, we used to, but not anymore. Now, let's look at this chart together. In 2014, Nigeria was topping the chart of the highest economy in Africa with $568.5 billion. That was in 2014. Now, let's go to 2023. Nigeria left number 1 to number 3 with $374.9 billion. We crashed from $568.59. We crashed to 300. Now, welcome to 2024. Can you guess the number we're in right now as the largest economy in Africa? Oh, I guess you will not get. You cannot guess. You cannot guess. We're in number 4 right now. Now, Nigeria is currently operating on $252.7 billion. Did you see where we crashed from? Are you sure by next year we'll still be in chart or we'll be out of chart? If you notice something about this chart, South Africa has been following Nigeria. Now, in 2023, Egypt overtook Nigeria. Now, in 2024, South Africa is now topping, keeping Nigeria in number 4 in the largest economy in Africa. Now, here is the last question. Are we still the giant of Africa?
So according to him, is Nigeria still the giant of Africa? Because he thinks the economy is not helping them at all. The economy is very, very bad. And you may feel it too. He's saying that Ghana is functioning better than the Nigerians. What do you think about this? Add your thoughts under the comment section and make sure you subscribe and press on the notification button so that anytime I drop any video, you'll be the first to be notified. Follow us on all social media platforms. Bye.